Flora Growth is a multinational cannabis company that specializes in all natural outdoor cultivation of cannabis. So with me is the Vice President of Corporate Development, James Williams, to explain more about what Flora Growth is all about. So I had kind of a preview not so long ago with your CEO. Interesting company, organic, which is kind of different than any other cannabis company that I know of. So kind of give me an overview of what Flora Growth is all about.
Wonderful. Thanks, Jane. And again, pleasure to be here with you. Yeah, so Flora is a little bit different than I think cannabis companies out in the rest of the world. Obviously, we're a little bit newer, a newer story for the street after our NASDAQ listing, but very exciting to be entering the global market and hopefully looking at the world a little bit differently than our predecessors in the cannabis industry. But overall, Flora is actually made up of 5 divisions. You hit it on the head. We are an all outdoor Colombian cultivator. We have a large tract of land, over 250 acres, that we'll be cultivating in the coming years. We've already began our commercial planting of our first commercial crops outdoors, and those are coming down now. But the second part to our story is we're truly a branding company. Luis Merchant, our CEO, spent the majority of his life at the large big box retailers, including Macy's more recently. And we have a really good sense for how to build brands and really get ready for the next wave of the cannabis evolution, which we believe is true CPG. So across our brand portfolio, we have cosmetic products, food products. I'm actually wearing some of our hemp textiles today, very fashionable and quite soft, so it's hard to get out of. But yeah, we're really trying to progress the CPG market and get ready for consumers to really have CBD in the majority of their products. And that will be launching through Latin America, the US, Europe, and of course APAC in the future.
So for those who aren't familiar, CPG means?
Consumer product goods.
Okay, so just consumer products. And you are really looking at a lot of different consumer products, right? Can you go into depth about all the products that you're...
Yeah, definitely. So we have a great plethora of female entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs who we've taken under the Flora Growth banner. First and foremost, a former Miss Universe and great female entrepreneur, as well as Laura Ladonio, are leading kind of both our beauty and then our Whole Foods group. So in Flora Beauty, we make 2 brands in the cosmetic lines, while Casa Whole Foods is responsible for beverages, snacks, also includes our sexual wellness brand, Almost Virgin. And then finally, we have Stardog, which is our hemp textiles business, taking hemp fiber and creating some really nice high-end fashion designs through that brand. So that's just the beginning. We also just recently announced an acquisition of a group called Hi-Mat. They make hemp and tobacco cigarette-style pre-rolls through the Swiss market. So we'll be bringing that brand international, as well as moving some more of our products into the Swiss market, where they have a very deep penetration to grocery stores and other obviously convenience channels. So a big basket of different products, certainly different than I think other cannabis companies who focus more predominantly on THC and the rosins and resin. We're really looking at the products that will actually sit on the shelves in your CVS's and your Walgreens, and that's kind of where the general mass market consumer is going to be in the future for CBD products.
Okay, so and this whole industry has been fascinating. We had a lot of growth a few years ago, then things kind of slowed down. Was that 2019? But then really since last fall, cannabis has been on fire again, at least for part of that time. I mean, how do you see just the industry overall and its growth going forward?
Yeah, I recently penned an article for the NASDAQ and kind of coined the fact that we're kind of in what I see as wave 5. You hit the nail on the head. There was the big rush and there's an influx of capital coming through in wave 3. And then in wave 4, we really saw that bubble burst. And unfortunately, a number of cannabis companies are now in either kind of retrenchment mode or consolidation mode, where we're seeing acquisitions and what we kind of see as protecting the shelf space. In Canada, where I come from, it's a very competitive market, very difficult to get through wholesale networks. In the US, there's different challenges, obviously, with state-by-state regulations. Up here in Canada, it feels like 1 year in cannabis is 5 years in the real world, but we're holding on, and I'm very happy that the trajectory that Flora is on, and very excited for some follow-ups in the next few months.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jane.